What's up, guys and gals? My name is Rhett, R-H-E to the double T.
I'm Katie.
And we're here for another movie review.
Woo!
Zootopia.
Yeah, finally. I know we said in our last review that we were going to do this review and we were going to watch the movie, and we have to apologize a little bit because...
I apologize for nothing.
I apologize because I remember quite clearly saying in my Good Dinosaur review that we were not going to enjoy this movie, that from the trailers it didn't look good at all.
It really didn't.
I have to rescind that comment and say that we were very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very good movie, and let us just start by, if you want to get the 5-second review, just go watch it. Okay.
I mean, do it. Like, everyone should watch this movie.
Yeah, it is a movie worth seeing if you enjoy Disney movies in any capacity.
Honestly, the most entertaining movie that I've watched in a while.
Yeah,
and I've watched some pretty good movies recently.
It's definitely by far the best recent Disney movie without Pixar involved.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you take out the Pixar movies, it's definitely like flies above.
Yeah, if you take out like Inside Out, then it's just like, where has this been?
Yeah, basically. So, getting more into the meat of the matter, though, where to begin?
Animation is always first.
Yeah, my bad. The animation is, well, it's Disney's finest. Like, you go to a Disney movie, you'll never be like, man, the animation was just not up to snuff. Just didn't quite make it. That's just not the Disney way.
Right.
And this movie's definitely no exception as far as that is concerned.
I think they had a particular challenge with this one, especially with character design, because you can't like there's a fine line between realistic and cartoony, and I think they wanted to hit that line, and I think they nailed it. And I'm really, really happy with that because, in our last review we talked about the character design and how cartoony it was and how it just didn't fit at all. And if they were to do that with this one, if they were to make their characters really exaggerated and really cartoony, it wouldn't fit with the realistic world that they're going through, like the really urbanized city that they're going for. So I really enjoyed that.
And whoever does the trailers for Disney movies right now really needs to be fired, because you could very much tell that the person who did the Zootopia review that had the two main characters of the whole movie in it but no dialogue really was the same guy who made the Frozen trailer that just had Olaf and Sven. Yeah, Sven, the reindeer caribou thing. Yeah. Like that terrible trailer that made no one want to go see the movie.
Yeah. Even me,
Frozen.
like a confessed Disney obsessed person, did not want to go see it because of that trailer.
And once again, like, in spite of the trailer just being terrible, then this movie has even surpassed Frozen. So, I mean, that's stands to just tell you, like, how crappy the trailers are, though, I guess.
Yeah, honestly, nowadays, like, we can't really get a lot from the trailer. I think the trailers, especially for, like, Disney movies and other companies similar to that, their trailers are geared more towards children.
Disney needs to step up its game, and in that regard, no doubt about it. But the animation is just gorgeous. I mean, there's no other word for it.
I would venture to say, like, the city was absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
breathtaking.
It's definitely one of the nicer backdrops that Disney has done in a very long time. And I think it's comparable as far as just like sheer hand-drawn beauty even to the landscapes of The Good Dinosaur.
Which were great.
Which were pretty great. But it's such a stark difference because those were like natural mountains and just anything you can think of that would be on like the back of a Colorado pamphlet minus the snow. And this movie was...
I'm pretty sure there was a snow-covered peak.
Was there? It probably was. But this is like as urban as you can get.
Yeah.
Way urban. A giant city. I mean, they're at a farm for like a combined 10 minutes of a movie. But they're mostly in a giant city, and it's just as beautiful. And I think that's really shines through on the animation. It shows just how great the animation is.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely an interesting challenge to take basically any kind of animal that you could think of being in like a zoo or just around any place that's not paved over.
Yeah.
And make it like walk and talk like a human and make it just look natural, like you could believe it. And Disney is nowhere near the first company to have tried something like
Mm-hmm.
that. I mean, if we were going to go through the Animals Are People movies and TV show cartoons of all time, it would be quite a list.
A sizable chunk.
Yes, but nothing has ever been like this before, okay?
This is groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah. It does hinge on some like stereotypical jokes that really didn't bother me. I mean, it's just par for the course at this point.
I'm a sucker for puns, so
I mean, puns are funny, and the puns that they made were very like thought out and interesting.
And I like the fact that some of them go over the kids' heads. Like, you can tell that they made it like accessible to all age groups.
Yeah,
and which is
not a necessity, but it is nice.
I mean, yeah.
Anything else to say about the animation?
The fur looked great.
I mean, yeah, as far as the actual drawing quality, it's excellent.
Textures are really great. With the fur and like when it was raining in the rainforest, because it rains in the rainforest.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, like the two main characters, they had like the wet fur, and I was like, wow, like I love that. Like I love that attention to detail. It actually looked like, like how it would if they were in that environment.
Just generally the lighting choices, the air quotes here, cinematography of it, because you draw the scenes, and just everything about the animation was smart. It was fluid and it was interesting. It was like had cartoon influences, but it wasn't like watching Looney Tunes level of cartoony. It was just cartoony enough for what it was trying to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the world was amazing. Like, I want to live in Zootopia.
Something that was like that really struck me was that there was no like weird slapstick humor where like nobody got hit in the face with like a frying pan and it like got dented into the shape of their face or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was actually very realistic with a lot of its impacts.
It felt like if the world was how it was in the movie, that would be like everyday humor that we experience in our own lives. It wasn't like trying to be funny, like, oh, this is a movie about like all these things happening. No, this is like the way things would happen if it was like this, and this is the funny things that would happen along with that. And that kind of, it wasn't trying too hard.
Kind of falls, I guess, into the story aspect of the movie. It was interesting for me anyway that it didn't take the regular Disney route, and that was just kind of a byproduct of it. The whole
concept,
not having the kind of crazy cartoony moments that you expect out of a movie like this. Because the movie was not a extremely high action movie. It was a cop drama. Plain and simple, actually.
Disney did a cop drama, you guys.
It was interesting. And they did it really well.
Yeah, one of the best cop dramas I've watched. And it's really funny to say a story about a bunny and a fox is the best buddy cop drama that I've seen. But it really was. It really was. And they played up the whole relationship between the fox and the bunny, how it was supposed to be, like, antagonistic, but in the end, they learned to work together. Like, I love that.
It's actually, it's interesting. They do hit a lot of the cliches of cop buddy drama movies, but that's not a bad thing.
I think they do it well.
Turning your nose up. I see you. Don't you go there. All right, because they have like the the troublemaker who breaks the law, who gets reformed into a cop.
Right.
And they have the surprise villain that nobody expects at the end there, who's got like a legitimate backstory.
Apparently people expected it. I didn't.
I don't know. I mean, they definitely spend a lot of time on who turns out to be the actual villain. So
no spoils for that particular moment. But.
And so it makes a lot of sense. If you see it coming, then like good for you, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
But I think what made me not see it coming was that I didn't expect the story to end where it ended up ending. You know? Like when we got to the point that was just a few minutes before the actual reveal of the actual villain, it just felt like they were like almost there to wherever they were trying to go, and it just like suddenly it was kind of like falling action out of nowhere.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about.
So, I mean, I guess you could see that as a negative thing about the movie, that the climax kind of comes out of nowhere, and you like, because it just chugs along with the story the whole time.
I don't know, I like
but
that.
I think it was fine. It works for what they did. It's just, I don't know, maybe slight pacing issues towards the end. Just depends on your point of view and how you like your movies.
I
Definitely
really like
not
that.
Typical Disney pacing, for sure.
Oh, no. Was definitely not linear.
It was not even like Big Hero 6, like the new standard for Disney pacing, which was interesting and had like a kind of different pacing. It's not even like that. It's weird in its own right.
What else was story?
About other things about the story. What else is there? Let's see.
If I may chime in. Yes, I'm
Josh
back
is here.
Hey, Josh is there.
I'm going to play a little bit of a devil's advocate here. I haven't actually seen the movie, but I did see the trailers, and like they were saying, I don't know, I didn't think it would be a terrible movie. I just didn't think it would be anything great. But what I've seen of it, it seems very cliche, and you did touch on that, but it seemed like the story that was presented was cliche, but with some humor. But like you said, it was the best buddy cop drama you've seen, or like things like that, or like it's groundbreaking, things like that. But why is that? Like, as opposed to, because I haven't seen the movie, what makes it so groundbreaking as opposed to these other movies if it does a lot of what they did?
Well, okay, it is worth going back over, I guess, to say that it is very cliche. Let's get that off on the table anyway. The main story is that this girl was raised on a farm, and she goes to the police academy, and like against all odds becomes a police officer, which they could have spent more time on, by the way. The police academy scene was a little bit short, I think.
Funny.
But it was alright. It was funny, but it was a little bit short. And so then she gets to this great new assignment, and she's discriminated against because of who she is and how she looks. And so she has to prove herself. So it's very cliche setup. You know, so many cop movies have done the underdog story. But I think first what it draws on to make sort of an unforgettable story is the fact that when you have the classic story of people as animals, or peopleized animals, anthropomorphic animals, you have a certain number of things you can do with that. And when you have the stereotypical buddy cop drama, you can do a certain number of things with that too. But when you mix them together, you get these new avenues you can take it down. So the crime, if you will, of the movie is where it really like shines a brand new story that's very interesting. And for like a time when there's a lot of anti-cop things in the world, there's a lot of racial tension here in America, it's really interesting. They tackle that in a very serious and like legitimate way. They're just not like,
it was a very creative way to make that point too. Very poignant, I think. And with all this stuff going on with the tension with the cops and everything, Disney really was very brave in making a movie like that.
Yeah, and they definitely deal with themes of racism and sexism in this movie. No, they do not beat around the bush with it. It's right there. And they don't come outward and say that's what they're talking about, but it's very obvious that that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And so I guess to answer your question, Josh, that's what I think makes the movie stand out from just any old, cop drama movie is that they have taken it and they've put it in a modern context and made it, I guess, like more applicable. Something that so the moral really shines through, I guess, for today.
I was just looking through, and like IMDb had a top 35 greatest buddy cop dramas of all time, and like the highest one was rated like 7 points,
Right.
But Zootopia has an 8.4, like, so like it does a very cliche turn on the buddy cop drama or just a general movie. You have your lineup set up.
It's
from what I've seen of it so far. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie. I was just wondering what made it deserve such a high score as opposed to the things that it took its inspiration from.
Yeah, that's where I would.
My only question there.
Sure, yeah, that's just where I think it earns it, I guess you could say.
Right.
It's pretty astounding. I think it's pretty great that it's even surpassed Frozen as is now the most grossing animated movie of all time.
It would happen.
Is it really?
It is, really. It's really interesting. And I guess part of that, of course, is because of inflation. But, I mean, Frozen's not that old.
Yeah. That's really surprising to me.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, don't you think?
I think it deserves it.
Yeah,
honestly.
It definitely deserves it. I'm not saying that it's like it's a better movie than Frozen, though I personally, it's more of my type of story, I guess you could say. I liked it. I mean, I liked what they did in Frozen because it wasn't just a princess movie again. Because, as great as all the Disney princess movies are, they are all very formulaic when you lay them down and look at them.
That's true.
But Frozen wasn't that. And so I think Frozen is one of the better, if not the best, Disney princess movie. But this was just a different movie. It's just a different kind of movie, and so I like the style, I guess, a little bit better.
I don't know. I think I found myself enjoying this movie a lot more than I liked Frozen. Like, Frozen is fantastic. It's great. But I think, like, I had a better time, like a better experience watching this movie.
It definitely feels more like you're watching a movie when you're watching Frozen, I think. Because it's supposed to be this experience that everybody tells you is so great. You sit down, you get involved in the lines and the characters, and you sing the songs with them, and it's supposed to be, like, you're just supposed to get into it, right?
Yeah.
There's so much hype with Frozen.
Yeah.
And Zootopia, it's intentionally slower. There's not any real music except for the Shakira song, which is great, by the way.
Which is fantastic.
My hips don't lie.
They play the Shakira song. It's so nice. They play it twice in the movie. And so that's the only real music besides the actual score. And so that, in and of itself, gives the movie more of a quietness to it that doesn't have these triumphant songs about people's problems.
I think where Zootopia really wins out for me is the complexity of the story. It's way more complex than Frozen.
Oh, yeah. And it's like I say, if you just change the different type of animals, I'm trying to be as unspoilery as possible, but if you just change the two types of animals around to, like, races, then you have a story about racism, and it's crazy. It's really interesting.
And in that respect, it could also be sexism.
Definitely
so it's very broad in what it reaches out to, like you were saying before.
Yeah.
Because they like underestimate the lead character cop because she's a bunny, but it would be easy to just completely change it around and make it that she's a girl instead of a bunny because there would be all humans and it wouldn't be animals.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it has a lot of wide-reaching social issues, and I just think it's great.
So where can Disney step it up from here?
Good question.
Now, for me, I miss dark Disney, like Don Bluth Disney, like really touched dark, really messed up situations, or like the Lion King with the hyenas, and the Nazi march kind of thing going on there.
Yeah, I guess
it's not so much that's a bad thing that it's not there. I just would really like to see a Disney movie that got dark again, in a way.
Yeah.
It does get a little dark,
but never to the extent of like Secret of Nim or like having a main character crushed by a giant,
Yeah, I guess the times that Disney has tried to be really dark for people who like dark things, it just hasn't worked out for them economically. The best example I can think of,
Hunchback.
Yeah, well, the Hunchback of Notre Dame is a great one. But I was thinking of like the game Epic Mickey is supposed to be really dark.
Oh yeah. Is that one with the paintbrush?
Yeah, and it is really dark because it essentially, I'm not gonna get too into Epic Mickey and the Zootopia review. Don't worry, people. Don't click away. Okay. All right.
Thumbs down, please.
But basically, the short end of it is all these old things in Disney that you don't see anymore are like in this graveyard where they're just forgotten and sad, like, and that's their life since they aren't in Disney cartoons anymore. And that darkness, was interesting, but it didn't sell well. People weren't into it really, and it got a second game, but it really didn't do well when the second game got around. So I mean, I guess Disney doesn't do dark because they don't think dark sells.
Perhaps.
You know, they tried. I think Maleficent's supposed to be kind of dark, isn't it? I haven't seen
the
that
live
movie.
action.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very dark.
So I
I
mean,
don't like it.
I think
It was all right.
I think they're trying to do some dark things because there are some people, like the people who will buy the Maleficent shirts in the Disney World stores, like that really like those dark things and like the dark colors and the themes and the dark villains and
Yeah. There's like a whole like line in Disney's merchandise that is villains, for heaven's sake. Like people like that stuff.
people do like it, but I guess
It's for me, like, dark, not so much, more like an ultimatum. Like, it really lays down the seriousness of what's going on.
serious themes would be interesting. I'd love that in
Because
Disney
a lot
movie.
of times when you have, like, for instance, you know, when you go into a Disney movie, it's like, it's going to turn out okay. You know every single time it's going to have a happy ending. Everyone's going to be happy in the end. But they usually do get really, like, in the beginning especially, really sad, really, you know, parents are dead, parents are missing, parents die.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's what I would have to say about it. If they're gonna get serious again, they're gonna have to change the way they get serious, because they can't just do what they try to do with A Good Dinosaur to make it serious and just kill off the dad in the same way they did in The Lion King. Because that was so stupid.
It was the exact same
when
way.
that happens, you know, the rest of the story is just gonna be like, oh, and this is their struggle to get back. You know.
Yeah, he's trying to redeem himself, just
Yeah.
like Simba did, and it's
there's never like a seriousness of like, oh, what happens if he doesn't redeem himself?
what does he do?
Yeah,
There are
like
no
what happens in
consequences.
that case. So I would like to see where it gets dark and like gritty again. That'd be, or just a movie like that. Not all of them,
create
but-
new consequences.
Yeah.
That would be great in a new serious Disney movie. I think a great step that they took towards that is in Big Hero 6. And I know a lot of people don't like that movie because
movie.
it's not like the comic books.
That's a stupid excuse, though.
I mean,
Great movie.
whatever. It's the same reason people
an
don't like
adaptation.
Marvel or DC movies
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're not like the comic books.
Let's not get
Let's
into Batman versus
not
Superman.
get into that.
We might go see Batman versus Superman.
We might.
I'm not promising
If
anything.
somebody pays for my ticket, I'll go.
Not promising nothing to you people.
I don't know if
No promises.
But I want to see it. So if I see it and I feel strongly about it, then I will do a review with whoever went with me.
Alright. Most likely me.
Probably Katie, maybe Juice.
I would go with you if you went. But
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't. It just looks so bad in the trailers.
The last trailer did look specifically better, but we're not getting into that too much. This is a different review.
Edit it out. We'll edit it all out. I'm sorry, guys.
No.
Don't go away. Don't leave us.
So, we talked about the animation. Animation's great. Story is interesting, slower than normal. Cop drama stereotypes done in a new way with
Very,
animals.
very clever with the racial undertones.
What is there to talk about?
Some things.
Music and
When I was
voice acting.
looking up the reviews, there was another thing. One of the things I'm not a huge. I feel like a lot of people just try to find things to nitpick, especially when there's a movie that's rated well.
Definitely.
There's that
That's what
group of
people
people who are
wanna
like, let's tear it down. But one of the things, and like I said, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. But they said there was a lot of, we talked about how the movie is like very anti-racism kind of thing. A lot of people were saying that it was the stereotypes became racist at a certain point. Like animals were like black stereotype right up in a car, and like different. I have the rap playing or whatever, and like stuff like that. And they have like a stereotype in that way. Now I haven't seen it, and I don't know if that's true, but I was wondering what you guys thought about that.
That'd be definitely something you just see in passing and be like, man, I can write that down in my review. They had racism in an anti-racist movie. I mean, it's not really like they were trying to do a racial stereotype. It's just more like, well, we're supposed to be in like a shady part of town. So I guess there's just like, we'll have a beat up car go by, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not so much that they're saying like, oh, this specific race lives in this kind of thing and they drive this kind of car, they've listened to this kind of music. It's just the fact that they're just trying to set the scene for what you're getting into, because it is a city.
Yeah,
and so
like, the races in this movie have nothing to do with like the different like areas that they live in. It has to do with whether they're a predator or a prey.
yeah, and it'd be more of a complaint, I think, if like they took one biome, because the cities broke up into biomes, and they
That's nice.
then took the animals of that biome and they made them a specific race
Yeah.
kind of stereotype. But it's not like that. It's each biome is just like they just have the animals. So when you're in a biome, you see animals that are native to that
It
biome.
would be like the boroughs in New York.
Yeah.
Like, there's good and bad parts of all of them.
Yeah, and they just want. I think I don't remember anything like that I was just like, man, that's racist.
No.
But I think it's just to set the scene of like, oh, that's where you're in that part of town now. You have to make sure that there's no sketchy characters following you or anything like that. That's just what I got from it. But yeah, it definitely sounds like something that just a reviewer would just want to nitpick on a good movie, so that
Yeah.
their review would be like, oh, I gotta go make sure that that's not in the movie.
Yeah.
The music, like I said, music is almost non-existent, but when you feel it, it's really there, and it
yeah.
really sets the mood.
When Judy, the bunny, is going into the city, she's riding the train, and Shakira's playing in the background. I'm so into it. I'm like, yes, try everything, yes. It's so good.
It's a very hopeful song. And
Yes.
it fits the overall spirit of the movie really great.
Performed really well.
Performed really
How
well.
about one of the biggest things that sold this movie was the comedy. I it is a comedy
Yeah,
in its essence. How was the comedy?
I mean, I think it's funny.
Clever.
It's definitely more of a buddy cop kind of comedy. It's not as like, there are puns. Of course, let's get this out of the way right now. It is a movie in which animals are people. They're gonna do a bunch of animal jokes. All right. If you don't like that, then just don't see the movie. Okay.
If you have a serious aversion
If you really
to
think
animal
that
humor,
that
you're
makes
not
it a
going
bad
to like this movie.
if you really think that them making animal puns is a bad movie, then all right, like, just don't see it.
I don't know what to tell
I mean,
you.
You know what? You're just part of the sheeple.
Let's not get into that.
There you go.
Let's not get into
Jokes.
that.
I'll just give you an example because I think it's in the trailer, so I don't feel like I'm spoiling a joke then, because it's in a trailer. You can watch it.
Oh, did they throw the best?
Yeah.
Did they throw the best jokes out in the trailer?
That one, yeah, that'll work.
Did they throw the best jokes in the trailer and then?
No.
No,
they
it
didn't do
wasn't.
that?
Because the humor is much more subtle.
Okay.
You go ahead and
Oh,
tell
I
them
like
the
I like
jokes.
that.
The joke in question is, it's in the trailer.
So no spoilers.
So no spoilers. I didn't want to like talk about a joke that wasn't in the trailer and ruin it for everybody. But there's they have to go to the DMV at some point in the movie. It's the bunny and the fox, and they go up to the counter, and every single animal that works at the DMV counter is a sloth.
Oh.
And so the service is really slow. And it's supposed to be like commentary about the DMV in real life being really slow and annoying.
And so that's a joke that works on several levels, I think. Because you have the base joke, which is that they're in a rush and they have to go through these slots that work really slow. And so that's a joke that kids can laugh at because, I mean, they work really slow. I've never seen this joke actually done this well, but they really get the slowness down, all right? But then, you know, like she just said, that's a comment on the DMV. That's a joke an adult can be like, huh, I went to the DMV yesterday and it sucked. Like, it was just like that.
So is all the comedy that relatable? I mean, we all have DMV stories, I'm sure.
There's
but
definitely a lot of the relatable
Okay.
comedy.
Yeah.
So I would think it's a good mix between, like, pure animal jokes and puns and then relatable to real-life humor.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the comedy is, and so that makes the comedy a lot less in your face than a typical Disney comedy is.
Very, very clever, very thought out. they knew what they were doing whenever they said it. So.
Yeah, they got really good writers to get some really great jokes in there. We're not gonna spoil anymore, but
no spoilers.
even the animal puns are pretty funny. I think I'm a sucker for puns. Even if you don't like puns, I think you'll like it.
How's the voice acting?
That would be the last thing we're touching on, I guess.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about the two main characters and possibly some of the villains of the movie, like the antagonists that they have to deal with. So the two main characters, one of them's a fox, and the fox, I don't remember who plays him, but he has a very, like, I don't want to say sly because foxes are sly, but kind of like a sassy voice. I don't know. And I thought that was done really well. And Judy, the bunny, has this sort of like sweet voice, but like whenever she talks, she doesn't talk in like a sweet way. She is very hardworking. And so I thought that was a very, very good mix of like where she came from and then what she is actually, like what actually is her personality.
Oh, all right. So I'm bringing up the cast now.
Okay.
And it reminds me of something I'm going to touch on in just a minute.
Okay.
But Nick Wilde, the fox, is played by Jason Bateman. Who I don't know what he's in. Do you know anything he happens to be in? Josh, Jason Bateman?
Bates Motel? No. Okay.
No.
He was in Horrible Bosses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was apparently on the Little House on the Prairie show way back in the 1970s.
That
Whoa.
As a child.
right.
He'd have to be. He was on Arrested Development.
Okay.
So that's his fame.
He's
Also
like
with The
a
Gift.
smooth talker. Like his voice is very smooth, but at the same time, when he gets angry or he gets upset or he gets serious for a moment, he can have that serious tone.
And so Judy Hopps. She's the bunny, and she's like the main character of the movie. She's played by Jennifer Goodwin, who, if you don't know her, she's been on like everything Disney lately.
Yeah.
She's really famous right now because she's on Once Upon a Time.
Yes.
So that's her claim to fame at the moment. She's also in like some of the Tinkerbell movies, stuff like that.
She's famous because
Quality.
Yes.
Quality
So
movies.
they have a Shakira character, and it's played by Shakira. No joke.
It's fine.
It's a thing.
That's pretty amazing.
Gazelle. The gazelle.
Another voice actor who I thought did a really great job was the one who played Mayor Lionheart. That was J.K. Simmons, who's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
We are farmers.
Yeah, he's on the Farmers Insurance commercials, and he played Cave Johnson in Portal 2. And he just everything he does, he puts 110% into it, and it's perfect.
Just everything about his mannerisms are funny. Like, just remember Spider-Man, you know? Back in Spider-Man, just he's a meme, for Christ's sake.
His
mannerisms are amazing, and he does great in voice acting too. He was also in he was a villain in Kung Fu Panda 3.
Yeah.
It was indeed.
They actually, I'd forgotten this until I looked up the actors, but they actually make a joke and directly acknowledge Frozen in the movie.
Yeah.
So if you're into Frozen, then be on the lookout for that. There's a character in particular that is directly a Frozen joke. You have to have seen Frozen to get it, and you'll enjoy it.
So I wouldn't get it.
You've never seen Frozen?
Have you not seen Frozen?
I've never seen Frozen.
Oh, we should watch Frozen sometime.
I have it in my room.
You have it in your room? Okay.
Oh no, what have I done?
All right.
Idris Elba's in this.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
That's awesome.
He's the chief of police.
Which he does a good job, I
He
think.
does a great job. There's nobody who does a bad job in this movie, I
Absolutely
think.
not.
Everybody does a voice, and their voices are all well picked for the characters that they play as well.
It's very well casted.
So that's what I have to say about voice acting. Good voice actors, good direction, good selection for cast,
Yeah.
good rhyming for me in these words right now.
10 out of 10 rhyming for Rhett. He gets the Oscar for the rhyming.
voice acting is good.
Oscar?
It's great, actually.
I didn't hear the yes.
The Oscar and
I said Oscar.
the Academy Award goes to Me.
Was so raw.
It's me,
For
everyone.
telling about
Right.
voice acting. So yeah, that's
Fun fact, guys, we're actually voice acting right now.
we actually are. This is technically voice acting. We're voice acting ourselves. at this
Rhett
moment.
is
I don't
actually
know
Katie.
about-
Katie is actually Rhett, and Josh is actually Josh.
It was me the whole time, you guys.
I don't know where that joke came from or
No
where it's
one will.
going.
No one
But-
will ever know.
There you go. So that's just one more quick summary. Make sure if you just click to the end of this video to see what we're talking about. Here's the deal.
What's wrong with you?
Animation good. Good, great, actually. Animation is
Great.
impeccable. There's nothing, you can't peck it. It's good. Story
No
is
pecks.
really interesting and unique for a Disney movie. It has some cop drama cliches, but takes everything in a brand new direction, and you will be blown off your seat. Especially if you've been following the news of stuff like Ferguson lately. Third, the voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
The voice acting is great.
Well casted.
It's well casted, it's well performed, it's fitting, it's great, okay? And the music is subtle, but every bit of it is awesome. There you go.
That sums it up.
And that's Zootopia. So, yeah.
No, continue.
Oh, it's if you have any inkling, any little tiny piece of you says, I want to see that movie, then go see that movie right now.
And if you're an animal, remember, aim for the bushes. Other guys, another cop drama
Yeah.
buddy reference.
Yeah, I was just gonna let that sit. Just what I was just pausing for the increased amount of laughter you're gonna get from that joke.
Can we put in a laugh track?
Yeah, I'll
I can
throw in a
hear
laugh
you
track.
laughter on this side of the microphone. Good job, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you for
everybody.
laughing.
Oh god.
No, but seriously, there's no reason why anyone should not see this movie.
That's true.
If you have ever seen a Disney movie, go see this movie. Even if you hated it. If you just saw one Disney movie, it was like Cars or something. Go see this movie and
Thanks
see
for
what
that,
you've been
Rhett.
missing.
Like, you're my best friend. Thank you for saying that.
Hard.
So, yeah.
Even if it was like Frozen or something, you should go watch this.
Even if it was Frozen and you're one of those people who doesn't like Frozen because it's too popular.
Well, not so much that
Go
they
see
don't
this
like it.
Well,
It's
there are
like-
people who don't like
I
Frozen.
know.
though, but
I
just
haven't
because it's
seen it.
popular. Like, there
Yeah.
are Frozen hipsters in the world.
No, I mean like if you I want to see it. I haven't seen anything. I just haven't had the time to see it. But
Directly after this review, we're gonna go watch Frozen.
oh god, no! I meant Zootopia. I meant Zootopia.
We should go see Zootopia with him, too.
That's true.
Is this
That'll be
theater
like the
still
third time
open?
I've seen it.
I've only seen it the once when we saw it. So, yeah. We're getting off track. We're going to finish strong, though. Go see this movie. If we were rating it out of 10, it would be 100,000. Okay? We don't give
2 hooves up.
We don't give ratings, though. It's a great movie. It's one of the best Disney movies in years. If you've ever liked a Disney movie in your life, or even if you haven't, go see it. If you've never seen a Disney movie, then go see it. If you've seen all the Disney movies that have ever been made, then you should go see it. If you're a little kid who can't read, then you should go see it.
If you're deaf, blind, and mute, you should go see it.
If you can hear me right now, go watch the movie.
Even if you can't hear him right now, go watch the movie.
Go see the movie.
Go see it.
Please, for us.
Go see it. No,
For
no.
you.
Right now, get in your car. Get
Like,
your keys.
why are you in the car right now? I know you're watching this on your phone.
Are you
go
watching
see
this?
it.
No. Don't use your data. Don't even bother because you're gonna need it to stream Zootopia.
You're going to need it to stream the Shakira song once you're out of the theater because you loved it so much.
You wanna download it?
You're going to
Buy
want to
the
download it on
album.
iTunes.
You're going to download the song. You're gonna download the movie legally, and you're gonna watch it everywhere you go.
You're gonna get Disney Anywhere, and you're gonna have it constantly playing with one earphone in while you do anything you ever do ever for the rest of your life.
You're gonna go take this movie up a mountain to a Buddhist monk up in the Himalayas, and you're gonna say, "Hey, watch this movie because this is
This is enlightenment.
this is enlightenment."
This is
That's what the
Nirvana.
joke I was trying to make. Yes,
Yeah.
this is enlightenment.
No, but
Okay.
seriously, we were joking about how like amazing it is to try and make it like as amazing as possible, but it really is a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Go see it.
I'm predicting right now best animated movie at the Oscars this year.
The 10 minutes that are the last 10 minutes are just gonna be us saying, "Go see it."
Yeah.
So the next 1 minute is going to be us saying, "Don't see it."
I don't want to say it.
See,
not
look
saying
at this. Look at this.
I
We
cannot
can't
tell a
even
lie.
say it. Cannot come out of our mouths because that would be a lie, and we wouldn't lie to you ever.
No.
Ever.
I love you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like is always appreciated but never expected.
It's required.
Hit that subscribe button if you want to know the next time that we review a movie or play a game or just generally weird on the internet.
All the time.
We've been the Control Geeks. Go see Zootopia, and we will see you guys after you see Zootopia.
Bye!